Welcome to lecture number 26, and what we are discussing in this finite volume series right now, our discussion is on convection diffusion system, and where we have stopped so far. We started with a one dimensional system and we looked at the discretized equation for a convection diffusion system, and what we have looked at is that the central difference scheme and the upwind scheme, and also we have compared their accuracy for the against the analytical solution. So, if you recall from the last lecture, this is where we stopped, and we have seen this particular figure which shows the profile of the scalar against the varying Peclet number, and we have seen that at the some region which is for low Peclet number region, all the numerical scheme like the upwind scheme or the central difference scheme, they show or exhibit proper behavior or exact behavior while comparing against the exact solution or the analytical solution, but both of them start differing as they move outward. That means this direction and this direction for high Peclet number regime, and CD, that the central difference scheme, shows the completely different behavior, while the upwind scheme shows the behavior. It follows proper trend, but still there are certain discrepancy. Now, the point was that there are one has to make some trade off between these two. One is that because the central scheme is higher order accurate, upwind scheme is lower order accurate, but at the same time upwind scheme is much more stable, central scheme is not stable for the kind of system when the convection is dominated. So, with that note, now we will start looking at the scheme called the reverse upwind or downwind scheme. This is essentially, one can think about it is a reverse upwind scheme, and we consider this particular stencil as we have done. So, this is our point of interest, that particular element number C, and we have E, W and the fluxes at the faces. This is the west face, this is east face of the element. So, primary concern is that how do we or how one evaluates the fluxes at the faces. So, for example, at face E, if you look at it, then phi E or phi E is going to be phi E if m dot E greater than 0. So, it is a reverse upwind scheme, while compared with the upwind, if the east face mass flux is greater than 0 or positive, then the phi E was supposed to get the contribution from phi C. Now, the other case, if m dot E less than 0, this will be phi C. So, in the reverse upwind, it just become flipped. In the conventional upwind scheme, what was there? If the mass flow rate is greater than 0, the phase value is assigned to phi C, and if mass flow rate is less than 0, phase value is assigned to E. Now, similarly, at phase W, phi W equals to, if m dot W greater than 0, it is phi W, if m dot W less than 0, it is assigned to phi C. So, again this is flipped as compared to the conventional upwind scheme. Now, one can write the advection fluxes if I write the advection fluxes, then one has to get m dot E phi E, which is nothing but modulus of minus m dot E 0. So, the maximum of that into phi c plus m dot E 0 phi E. So, that will get me back the flux C E convection phi c plus flux F E C phi E plus flux V E, which is again for convection. Similarly, at the west face, one can find out m dot W phi W, which is nothing but minus m dot W 0 phi c plus m dot W 0 phi W. Then we get essentially flux C W convection phi c plus flux F W C phi W plus flux V W convection. So, now if you put everything back in the discretized equation, the equation will look now flux C plus flux C diffusion plus C W convection plus flux C W diffusion multiplied with phi c plus flux F E convection plus F E diffusion phi E plus flux F W convection plus diffusion phi W equals to 0. So, that becomes the equation for the discretized system, and if you put them in a more compact form, so this would look like A C phi c plus A E phi E plus A W phi W equals to 0. So, the discretized equation look similar. Now, once you get that, the coefficients are going to be different compared to conventional fluxes. Here AE is flux Fe convection plus Fe diffusion, which is m dot E 0 minus gamma E AC by del x E. For AW, this is flux FW convection plus flux FW diffusion, which is MW 0 minus gamma W SW by del XW. And AC is summation over phases flux CF convection plus flux CF diffusion, which is minus m dot E 0 plus gamma E minus m dot W 0 minus gamma W S W del x W, which is, once you put them together, it is A E plus A W plus m dot E plus m dot W. For continuity, this would be 0. So, AC becomes like that, and BC is minus F flux VF convection plus VF diffusion, which is nothing but 0 in this case. So, now what one can do, you invoke the continuity equation. So, invoke continuity equation and assume uniform grid, diffusion coefficient gamma is constant, then the value of phi c minus phi w divided by phi e minus phi w equals to 2 minus Peclet number 4 minus Peclet number so which will essentially boils down to 2 minus 0 divided by 4 minus Peclet number. Now, if you plot this equation, it is quite obvious. If Peclet number goes to 4, this denominator becomes 0 and the whole solution become unbounded. So, the downward scheme may be beneficial when blended with other scheme to predict some sharp interfaces. However, its introduction here will be discussed more details in the subsequent analysis. So, what we have looked at is that schemes like central difference scheme, upwind scheme, downwind scheme, downwind difference scheme, like that. Now, the thing which are all applicable to all of these scheme are the truncation error. So, this is one thing which is inherently come to this kind of discretization or numerical discretization. So, this truncation error lead to some sort of an numerical diffusion. So, once there is a numerical diffusion, one has to take care in such a way that some anti-diffusion also be there to handle this kind of a diffusion. So, the numerical diffusion actually takes away the solution from the exact solution. Now, we will look at again from scheme wise what are the error and what are the issues associated with it. So, to start with, we will start with the upwind scheme. So, the upwind scheme let us say the flow is in the positive x direction. So, that is the convention that we take into account. So, which will result that phi E equals to the phase phi C and phi W would be phi W. Now, the convection diffusion equation system which was discretized is that rho u delta y E phi C minus rho u delta y W phi W minus gamma d phi by dx delta y at east phase minus gamma d phi by dx delta y W equals to 0. Now, we go back to our standard Taylor series expansion. So, then what using the value of the flux we calculate. So, we start with the cell and using the value of the phases that we use to calculate that. So, phi E plus d phi by dx at E x e minus x e plus half d 2 phi by dx 2 which is x c minus x c square and so on. What is there is phi E minus d phi by dx E x c minus x c plus so on. Now, if you have uniform grid, then you can phi c equals to phi E minus d phi by dx E del x E by 2 plus half d 2 phi by dx 2 at east del x E by 2 square. Similarly, the phi W can be written as phi W minus d phi by dx W del x W by 2 plus half d 2 phi by del x 2 at W 2 square and so on. Now, we are removing the higher order terms. Now, once you use this expression in the equation of this one, so the resulting equation becomes the left hand side which was there, it is rho u delta y and E phi E minus d phi by dx E del x by 2 minus rho u delta y W phi W minus d phi by dx W del x W by 2. So, that is the first two term or the convective flux terms can be expanded like that. So, once we do that, and obviously we can retain the diffusion component as it is. So, these components we can retain JED and JWD. So, those are the diffusion component. So, they will remain as it is, and now if you rearrange the terms, what it would become is that rho u del y E phi c minus rho u del y w phi w minus gamma d phi by dx del y east minus gamma d phi by dx del y west, which will essentially become rho u del y e phi e minus rho u del y west phi w minus gamma plus rho u del x by 2 at east face d phi by dx delta y at east face minus gamma plus rho u del x by 2 at west face d phi by dx delta y w. Now, so it is now very clear that the discretized equation which is solved. So, this is the equation that is now being solved. So, this is now being solved. Now, in this solved equation we have an added component like this much at the east face and this much at the west face. So, which is essentially act like a numerical diffusion. So, that is there rho u del x by 2. So, that is the sort of one can think about the truncation error which is knowing there. So, this numerical diffusion actually it reduces the accuracy of the solution. So, this is the one which actually diffuses the solution more. So, therefore, the convection diffusion equation has an effective modified value of the diffusion effect. So, not only this gamma d phi by dx, that is the term, we get an extra term in the context of discretization and which is sort of known as numerical diffusion, and that has impact, but at the same time this has some negative impact on the solution because the accuracy actually degrades, but at the same time this also some kind of provides or ensure some level of stability. So, that is another issue. It actually make the system quite bit stable because of this diffusion, and make sure that the solution remains bit bounded and physical. Now, another important thing is that theoretically the contribution from this term, the numerical diffusion term, should be less, and that is exactly what happens when you move down to higher order scheme and you try to reduce the impact or effect of this numerical diffusion. Now, we look at the second case is the downwind scheme. So, in the downwind scheme, since it is the reverse upwind scheme, your phi E is now phi E and phi W is phi C. So, the discretized equation is rho u del u phi E minus rho u del y W phi C minus gamma d phi by dx delta y east minus gamma d phi by dx delta y west, which is 0. That is our discretized equation. And once we have that discretized equation, again assuming the uniform grid 1D, we use the Taylor series. And what does that do? Phi E equals to phi E plus d phi by dx at E del x E plus E square by 4, like that, and phi C is phi W plus d phi by dx W del x W by 2 plus half d2 phi by dx 2 W del x W by 2 whole square. And you can leave out the higher order term and you take everything back and put in the, so you use this information and put it back in the discretized equations, and once we put it back in the discretized equation, the resultant equation looks like rho u del y E phi E minus rho u del y west phi W minus gamma minus rho u del x by 2 at east face del phi by del x delta y east face minus gamma rho u del x by 2 W d phi by dx delta y W. Again here the numerical diffusion is of the order of minus rho u del x by 2. So, that is the term. Now, here compared to the standard upwind scheme, if one see the numerical diffusion comes with a negative sign, which acts as in decreasing the diffusion coefficient. So, and its effect is so called, this will like an anti diffusion. So, this case downwind scheme, this is termed as a anti diffusion because the error comes with a negative sign. Now, the predictions which are obtained using the downwind scheme are found to cause clipping of advected profiles. In fact, solution to the 1D convection diffusion equation which are obtained using this particular scheme can be more oscillatory compared to that of a CD scheme. Now, the third one we will look at the central difference scheme. Now, the central difference scheme, the truncation error, to obtain that it requires some sort of a little bit involved calculation, because it uses the stencil from the both the sides. So, what one can introduce in the calculation, let us say we have phi e minus phi w, which is nothing but half of phi e plus phi c minus half of phi c plus phi w, which is phi e minus phi w plus the truncation error. So, this is the exact term, this is what interpolated. Okay. So, assuming the velocity is known everywhere and again the grid is uniform with size delta x. So, we can write these things in this fashion. So, the T e here is nothing but the truncation error. So, now we use Taylor series expansion to find out all these terminology one by one. So, the first one we get phi w is phi at small w or phase w minus del x by 2 phi w prime plus del x square by 8 phi w double prime and so on. Now, phi c equals to phi w plus del x by 2 phi w prime plus del x square by 8 phi w double prime and so on. Phi c again can be represented phi e minus del x by 2 phi e prime plus del x square by 2 phi e double prime, and phi e is so nothing. Now, what one can do, that if you get the average of this term, half of phi e plus phi c, which could be phi e plus delta x square by 8 phi e double prime plus delta x 4 by 384 phi e like that, which is delta x square by 4 phi e double prime equals to phi c minus 2 phi e plus phi e minus delta x 4 by 192 phi e 4. So, that is what we get. Now, similarly, you get this term half of phi c plus phi w, which will be phi w plus delta x square by 8 phi w double prime plus delta x 4 by 384 phi w prime. So, which one can write delta x square by 4 phi w double prime equals to phi w minus 2 phi w plus phi c minus del x 4 by 192 phi 4 phi w. Now, you substitute this term and what you have got here in the discretized equation. So, what we get phi e plus phi c minus half of phi c plus phi w, which is going to be phi small e minus small w plus delta x square by 8 phi e double prime minus phi w double prime plus del x 4 by 384 phi e fourth derivative minus phi w fourth derivative. Now, one can expand this small phi e in terms of phi c, which is also like this: phi c double prime cube by 48 phi c triple prime and so on. So, one can represent that phi c minus del x by 2 phi c prime plus del x square by 8 phi c double prime and so on. In addition to that, similarly one can write phi e equals to phi c plus delta x phi c prime, delta x square by phi c double prime, so on, and phi w equals to phi c minus delta x prime, delta x square by 2 phi c double prime, so on. So, in terms of cell center value phi c, you can expand, or rather you can actually obtain all this expression. Now, we got this set of information, another is this. Now, in this set of information, if you put these things there like phi c minus 2 phi e plus phi e. So, this term and this term, if you do that, then what we get? Phi c minus 2 phi c minus delta x phi c prime minus delta x square by 4 phi c double prime and so on, plus phi c plus delta x phi c prime plus delta x square phi c double prime and so on. So, which will simplify to delta x square by 4 phi c double prime plus delta x cube by 8 phi c triple prime and so on. Similarly, one can write phi w minus 2 phi small w plus phi c, which will get you del x square by 4 phi c double prime minus del x cube by 8 phi c triple prime and so on. Then one can compute phi e double prime minus phi small w double prime as del x square by 8 into phi e double prime minus phi w double prime equals to del x cube by 8 phi c triple prime plus del x to the power 5 128 phi c fifth term. Now, you substitute back everything in that equation of half of phi e plus phi c minus half of phi c plus phi w, which will be phi e minus phi small w plus del x cube by 8 phi c triple prime plus delta x 5 by 128 phi c fifth term. Now, you divide by delta x, then the truncation error term will be order of delta x square by 8 phi c triple prime plus delta x 4 by 128 phi c 5 and so on. So, this we divide by delta x, you get this truncation error. So, which essentially shows that the higher order term is order of delta x. So, CD is second order accurate. So, that is what it turns out. So, CD becomes second order accurate scheme. Now, so this takes care of the accuracy. Now, the other point which comes to that thing is the stability. Now, the confusion related to truncation error, first order for the physical solution and second order for the unphysical one, has led to extrapolate this term so accurately that the diffusion gets reduced. Now, at the same time, while doing that, one has to also keep in mind the stability of the system, because while doing that these things, stability can be also affected. For example, if one takes this kind of a tensile like this, C east west, so this is W face, so this goes in this direction, this is UE, UW. Now, the quantity here is phi W, scalar here is phi C, here is phi E. Okay. Now, if I look at the change of this term is nothing but del x rho u phi plus del x gamma del phi by del x plus source term. Now, this left hand side is the rate of change of phi c and the right hand side shows the net influx across the element surface. So, if the numerical error exists, then the right hand side may increase or decrease depending on the situation. Now, if in an unstable scheme a small deviation from the correct value of the phi c gives a corresponding increase or decrease in the net influx at the right hand side. So, when an iterative procedure is used as a part of the solution mechanism, an increase or decrease in the net influx will further increase or decrease the value. So, either increase or decrease in the net influx will have the similar impact on the solution of the phi c at each sub iteration step. So, in a stable scheme, this change in phi c is due to the errors in the right hand side and that should feed back negatively into the right hand side as a self corrective device. So, for this kind of numerical stability, what one has to do, the right hand side with respect to phi c should be less than 0. So, that is indicating the sensitivity of phi c in the combined system. Now, if there is a increase or decrease in phi c, which will correspond to increase or decrease in the influx, which will also in turn pushes phi c downward or upward to correct the value. So, it is a self correcting situation. However, the stability should not be confused. So, stability has nothing to do with they are not same, the boundedness or accuracy. So, stability is something whether the stable numerical scheme could actually be unbounded or giving rise to some overshoot or undershoot or oscillations, wriggles, or can be very diffusive, okay. Also can provide the solution with lower order of accuracy. So, stability here refers to the controlling the numerical error to remain bounded in order to not to increase infinitely, so that the system or the numerical code actually diverges. So, this has nothing to do with boundedness or accuracy. So, stability is something that one has to. Now, keeping that in mind, if you look at that discretized right hand side of the previous equation, the right hand side was minus rho u del u at east face phi e plus rho u at the west face plus gamma del y by del x minus phi c minus gamma del y by del x w phi c minus phi w plus q c v c. Now, one can use CD scheme, then the right hand side for CD scheme it will become rho u del y e phi e plus phi c by 2 plus rho u del y w phi c plus phi w by 2 plus gamma del y by del x e phi e minus phi c minus gamma del y by del x w phi c minus phi w plus q c v c. Now, if you analyze this scheme, the criteria which is found for the diffusion term that is sensitive to that is the right hand side CD diffusion term by del phi c is 2 gamma del y by del x, and so there is a negative sign to that. And similarly, if someone look at it, the right hand side for CD, the convection term it gives minus half of m dot E plus m dot W. So, for steady flows, which is essentially 0 for steady flows, but not necessarily it will happen for the unsteady case. For unsteady situation, its value will be positive for decelerating flow. Now, in general flow, such regions will act as an wriggle sources and can easily lead to some sort of a numerical failure. Okay, when the Pictet number is large. So, but even for steady flows, as its value is 0 here, for steady flow this value is going to be sort of 0, it cannot fit to the self correcting system. So, what it suggests that steady flow, the net convective flux computed using the CD scheme is some sort of independent of phi c. So, therefore, this will result in same net convective flux over centroid C. Now, similar things one can find out for the upwind scheme. So, the right hand side for upwind scheme will be minus m dot E 0 phi c plus minus m dot E 0 phi e minus m dot W 0 phi c plus minus m dot W 0 phi W plus gamma is by del x E phi e minus phi c minus gamma is by del x W phi c minus phi W plus q c. So, what one can get, the right hand side for convection upwind scheme by del phi c is m dot E 0 minus m dot W 0, which will be either negative or 0 for all flows, So, it will be 0 when both the mass flow rates are negative, and a situation that does not arise in one dimensional situation of constant area cross section, but when added to a false diffusion into the induced by the first order approximation, it indicates that the scheme is very stable. So, that suggests that there is a stability. However, this can be achieved at the expense of some sort of an accuracy. So, this is always first order accurate system. So, though it is stable, but it can come with a price that. So, now the other one which is there is the downwind scheme. So, the downwind scheme, the right hand side one can write the downwind scheme is equals to minus m dot E 0 phi e plus minus m dot E 0 phi c minus m dot W 0 phi W minus m dot W 0 phi c plus gamma is by del x E phi e minus phi c plus gamma is by del x W phi W minus phi c. Now, the sensitivity analysis leads to that the right hand side due to phi right hand side of downwind scheme for the convexing part, which will lead to minus m dot E 0 plus minus m dot E 0. This would be minus W. So, that is m dot W. So, the contribution from this guy and the contribution from this guy will come, because again if you look at this term, this is either always positive. So, this is always positive or equals to 0. So, that means for all sort of flows. So, when this is added to anti-diffusion effects, this means this whole term is, as long as it is 0 there is no problem, but when it is positive and it is added as anti-diffusion effect, these things becomes, or rather it leads to the highly unstable scheme. So, one hand you get the upwind scheme which is stable but lower order accuracy. CD scheme has some sort of a problem, and this guy is unstable, and then so the issue is that this is also, by the way, first order accurate. So, that is where, since as we said, the trade off between two component, one is stability, another one is accuracy. So, highly stable scheme can be completely providing or can completely give inaccurate results, which happens with the CD scheme, as we have seen that for one dimensional case. But accurate scheme cannot be, not necessarily always be stable, or at the other way around also, the stable scheme like the first order upwind cannot be accurate, or so the upwind scheme is stable but does not provide accurate solution. CD scheme is highly accurate, but it does not provide a great level of stability. So, these are two important things where one has to make a trade off between stability and accuracy, and the scheme that we have seen so far, that is what happens, and carry forward the discussion. Thank you.